Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to another episode of Inside DB Rated. This is the dual commentary series where we go ahead and spectate random matches on DB's ladder and just check out what people are playing. So this is going to be a matchup featuring Pure555, the very well-known ABC player on DB, versus Swag Scope R69, who's going to be playing Dragonmaid. So this should be pretty interesting since a lot of you guys actually did request these decks individually to be featured, so it's going to be nice to see them face off against each other. But without further ado, let's go ahead and just get started here. So it looks like we're going to be seeing Dragonmaid actually take the RPS win and is going to opt to go first. I actually do know the outcome of the match because I tuned in right before it's finished, but I don't know exactly how it completely played out. But the opening hand for Dragonmaid is going to be Nurse, Chamber, DD Crow, Skullmeister, and Droll and Lockbird. Lots of hand traps, but I think they're needed, especially if your deck even needs to combo a little bit. Because if you struggle against VFD or Herald or Ultimateness, then you definitely need some ways to hinder your opponent, since those decks grind really well. I think people underestimate just how well those decks can grind, so it's hard to jam just a lot of traps and hope to win out the grind game, since those decks can chew through quite a lot, especially if you get them established completely turn 1. So it's good to see hand traps here. Also, it's a good one-card starter in Chamber with this hand, so yeah, very strong. And then for ABC, the hand is going to be Desires, Union Hanger, Galaxy Soldier, Nibiru, and Terraforming. So also a really strong hand. His own one-card play is in Union Hanger, so very nice stuff. Also got a hand trap of his own with Nibiru. This is kind of an interesting matchup with Nibiru, since I think early on, Dragonmaid doesn't tend to summon a lot. Like turn 1 especially, they just end on like Seal or Shout and just pass. But later on, when they make their big pushes, this can be very deadly. And this is one of those decks where sometimes you can Nibiru on your own turn if they try and, pop off during your battle phase. So we'll see if that comes up. But we're going to see the Dragonmaid players start things off. Going to normal summon a copy of Chamber, and then go for Hospitality, and then going to link away for a Striker Dragon. This puts us in Graveyard so you can Hospitality back and make Seal. Oh, but actually going to be using the Striker Dragon effect. Very fascinating. So he's actually going to be playing the Rockets, it looks like, adding the Boot Sector launch there. So I'm curious as to how he found space for the Dragonmaid engine plus Rockets plus hand traps. So very curious. But he's going to use Hospitality next. That's going to bring back the Chamber. And then going to link summon for a copy of Erratic Seal. And then activate the Boot Sector and then pass. So this is just there in case he's against a trap deck. You can just bounce this and get value off of this still. This card's a lot of value in this deck, because you can just go start a battle phase, bounce an opponent's card, and then use the second effect to summon a Dragonmaid that gets this effect on summon. You can like search or dump or whatever, and then tag out because it's still at the start of the battle phase, and then like at the end of battle phase, just tag back in. So lots of really good pluses you can get off of this single link monster. Really good in Dragonmaid. For turn, we're going to be seeing Gold Gadget be drawn, and this card's interesting. It's cool to see. It's going to resolve quite a lot, actually, this format, since Veil or Imperm are not as popular as they were previously. So I do like this. I wonder how Pure is going to navigate this board state, since obviously Hanger doesn't interact favorably against the Seal, so he's going to have to try and do something else a bit. Main phase 1, going to activate Terraforming. That's going to search a copy of Union Hanger. And then his opponent is going to drop Droll on Resolution. So that's pretty unfortunate. I mean, Droll main deck is not that uncommon, given how popular Drytron tends to be right now, even on DB ladder, and it's decent against VW too. But this is going to turn off the Desires. I imagine he wanted to use Desires here. But yeah, he's just going to set Gold Gadget and pass. On the end phase, we're going to be seeing the Seal. That's going to bounce the Boot Sector. Oh, he's trying to hit the set Gold Gadget, but yeah, this card only returns face-ups. Actually, I had a regional one time. I was playing a Lunalite, and my opponent was on like the Combo Thunder deck with a Seal. No, it was Pendulum, and he ended on Seal. And I like set a Tenki, and I summoned a Danger Mothman. I went to battle phase. He tried to bounce my set Tenki, but yeah, he had to bounce my Mothman instead. So I got a Danger back, which was cool. Yeah, he actually could have. Now that I think about it, he could have bounced a Scale, but he bounced my Mothman instead. But anyways, I'm getting off topic here. The Seal is going to be bouncing the Boot Sector. And then that's going to summon a Nurse with its second effect. Ooh, he's playing multiple Nurses. That's very fascinating, because a lot of people are only playing one. So maybe he's just playing Paw of Desires. I know some OCG lists actually cut this card completely. But yeah, Nurse is going to use its effect, and that's going to bring back Chamber. But actually, this can't activate, because he's under Droll. He's trying to use it here. Yeah, his opponent is very, very much on the ball here. Yeah, I think he just forgot about his own draw. So I think this tagging into maybe Parlor would have been good, just to get other resources into play, since he had a Nurse in hand anyways if he wants to get this back. Not that he doesn't have that option next turn anyways, but I think he missed out maybe a little bit on some value. But regardless, we're going to be seeing the top deck be Droplet. This is good. He's playing a lot of Go Second cards, so very, very nice. And this is one of those decks where if you open Tidying, which is their trap, it has a graveyard effect too, so you can like pitch it and then turn off Chuche against VW and then use its graveyard effect to like get a reborn. So good stuff here. Main phase 1, gonna Link Summon for a Hermetic Seal. And then he's going to normal summon the Nurse, use that effect to bring back the Chamber, and then Chamber effect, that's going to search for a copy of Tidying. Yeah, this card's really, really strong. It's a Compulse as well as Reborn. Not in the same turn, but still really, really solid card. Gonna set the Tidying, set the Droplet, and pass, so he's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 interrupts at least. Really, really good. For turn, we're gonna see ABC draw Nibiru. Another one. That is not ideal. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. He has ways to try and play the game at least. Because he actually has quite a lot of lights now, at least for like this Galaxy Soldier, and he has Desires, so definitely not out of this game. Gold Gadget gonna be flipped, and then enter battle phase. Start a battle phase, he's gonna use Tidying here. Tidying the Nurse and the Gold Gadget. So he's doing this to preserve the seal. I wonder if it was worth it to just use the seal and then hold Tidying. Just because like the whole start of battle phase works better with seal, since this can get like Parlor and then you can tag. I don't believe any of the big Dragonmaids can tag into Chamber actually, since I think Chamber's too high of a level. I could be wrong there, somebody can correct me, but I think they can only tag out into level 3s or 2s, depending on which big Dragonmaid you send to grave, like off of Parlor, for example. So it's not like you can like go battle phase, you know, tag into Parlor, and then Parlor send, and then like bounce with Chamber, and then summon Chamber back. That would be insane, but I think it would still be worth it just to get those extra pluses, but not really going to be happening here. Main phase 2, we're going to be seeing the Galaxy Soldier pitch Nibiru, and that's one of the cool things about Nibiru here. A Soldier effect to add Soldier, and then he's going to use Desires next. That's going to banish 10, and then draw Unauthorized and Ghost Bell. Pretty good. The banish is Set Rotation, Nibiru, A, Union Hanger, Silent Universe, Upstart, Ash, Ghost Bell, Ash, and Call By. Only one piece. And he banished both parts of the Set Rotation stuff they doesn't want to draw right now. So very, very good banish. Like 10 out of 10. This is a really, really good banish. Pitch Nibiru for the other Galaxy Soldier. And then he's going to overlay for Nova, which is going to prompt a response. But actually drawing the Unauthorized is really big, because this card's like a protection card. Since you can just make all your light machines basically just be unaffected by whatever you want at that given moment. Like the fact that it's chainable is super, super cool. Seal going to be activated, and then he's going to chain Unauthorized, so he can equip A. And just make unaffected by monsters. Yeah, super, super cool. Yeah, just unaffected by monster effects. Second effect of Seal. Right, so he did try and bounce some resolution, even though it's unaffected. Just because he didn't want this being bounced to hand, which is fair. So he can still choose to try and attempt to bounce this, which is reasonable. Yeah, so Seal Summon Parlor. Yeah, I think he could have done this in battle phase and could have just gotten maybe more resources, but not the end of the world. Parlor effect is going to send Lorpar. I mean, maybe it could matter depending on how many Dragonmaids he's going to need, but we'll just see what happens. And then he's going to overlay for Infinity on top of the Nova, and then A falls off. Activate Hanger effect, that's going to search for B. And then B, going to be normal summon, that triggers the Hanger targeting the B. That's going to equip Driver from deck. This card is really, really cool. Driver equips C, and then this does not have the Hanger or Unauthorized restriction, so you can summon whatever you equip. So C can unequip itself, and then Link summon for a Union Carrier. B effect, that's going to be maybe Meistered. Oh no, he's going to use Crow actually. So he's going to Crow target the C. I mean, he's going to have whatever he wants anyway, because he has Carrier, right? So you can just Carrier equip C and then do this whole play, or get Buster. But B is going to add B. And then Carrier going to equip C to the Infinity. I'm a little surprised he didn't Droplet that, because he could have like Droplet, send a monster to negate Carrier, and then that turns off the Infinity too. Or at least prevents it from responding. So that could have been a way to prevent Buster from coming out, and I think that's going to be big actually. He's going to go for ABC Dragon Buster. Yeah, I think the reason why he didn't negate the Crow with Affinity was because like he was expecting this to resolve and he could just negate the back row, but it was droplets, so this could have been played, I think, differently from the Dragonmaid player. But Buster comes down, and then the end phase, we're going to see Buster pitch Gold Gadget, and that's going to hit the back row. He's going to let that go, of course. Not really anything to do now. And then just pass. We're going to see a top deck Chamber. Not bad. These are pretty good top decks, at least. Although he has multiple normal summons, so maybe it's not the greatest. Right, he's going to link for a copy of Nightmare Cerberus. Cerberus effect is going to pitch the Skullmeister to hit the Infinity negate. And then going to go for the Tidying next. That's going to be Ghost Spelled. Man, the draws off Desires were crazy. He used both of them like pretty soon afterward. Nurse going to be normal summon next. That's going to bring back the Chamber. And then Chamber effect to search for Hospitality. And then Hospitality effect, that's going to bring back the Parlor. And then Parlor to send, that's going to send a copy of Tinkek. So Lorpar, I just got to check these levels here. It summons level 3s. This summons level 3s. Yeah, so, alright. So I was correct earlier when I said that nothing can tag out into this. Unless that there's another Dragonmaid, a big one that I just don't know of that can tag into this. Which, I mean, somebody will let me know if I'm wrong there. Battle phase, going to go for the Parlor at the start of it. So that's going to bounce itself and then bring back the Lorpar. And then Chamber, that's going to go for the Tinkek. He's going to use the Infinity, or sorry, attack the Infinity. I don't know why I said use the Infinity. He's going to attack the Infinity with Lorpar, and then Buster is going to be used on the attack declaration. That's going to banish the Lorpar. You could actually have used maybe this on one of the Dragonmaids, like the smaller ones, as they were attempting to drag or tag out, because they don't actually bounce to the hand for cost. They're part of the effect. So it's possible. And like they have to return the hand in order to special summon, because it reads and if you do. So maybe that could have been different, but I don't think it would have changed the game state that much here. I think ABC is super favored right now. Tinkek is going to beat over the Infinity. And then end of battle phase, going to be using Tinkek to tag into... Oh, it can't be Chamber. So I was specifically checking the levels, right? Yeah, his opponents are really, really catching everything. But yeah, going to be tagging back into Parlor. And then main phase 2, going to link for the last copy of Seal. Yeah, ABC can definitely beat Seal here. End phase, we're going to be seeing Buster tag out. This is a long game 1. C, A, and B come back, and then he can trigger Hanger here. Yeah, if ABC ever gets to a point where they're tagging back Buster, yeah, it just wins the game, right? Let's see how long this game is, because it felt like a long game. An 18-minute game 1. All right, 13-minute commentary. I should probably be going a little bit faster, but that's going to be ABC taking game 1 here. So we're going to be seeing Dragonmaid going first in game 2 yet again. If you guys are enjoying this commentary, however, definitely be sure to like the video and subscribe if you're new here and want to see more commentary similar to this style. We are trying to hit 7K by the end of the month, so let's shoot for that. But the opening hand for Dragonmaid is going to be Nurse, Skullmeister, Tidying, Redmd, and Parlor. Another one-card starter, really, really good. And he has Redmd to be able to extend a little bit further, so let's see what he goes for here. Tidying is a nice hard draw here as well. And then the ABC hand is going to be Cosmic Cyclone, B, 2 copies of C, and Unauthorized. So he has a full play here because he has Peace plus Unauthorized. But yeah, we'll just see if he's able to play through the board. Normal Summon Parlor. That's going to use her effect to send a copy of Chamber. And then he's going to turn the Parlor into a Striker Dragon and then add Boot Sector. I haven't seen the Rockets yet. Going to then banish for Redmd and bring back the Chamber probably. Otherwise, not really much of a point in sending it. Yeah, Redmd effect, bring back Chamber, Chamber effect to search. Actually, he could go for a changeover because this is a level 5 or higher dragon to make Shao. Or he could just go Hospitality, but I think he's probably going to go the changeover, yeah. Activate changeover, that's going to send away the Nurse in hand and the Redmd on field to make Shao. And then set the Tidying and pass. For turn, we're going to see a top deck terraforming. That is quite nice. So that's a good way to be able to at least force the Shao. So it's Shao, Tiding, and Skullmeister. But he has Cosmic as well. Draw phase, we're going to be seeing the Cosmic on the Tiding. He's going to let that go through. And then in the standby phase, Shao will use its effective Reborn and Dragonmaid. Or someone from hand, I guess, but there are none in hand. He's going to pick Nurse. And then Nurse effect is going to summon the Parlor back. And then Parlor is going to be able to send... That's going to send another copy of Tiding. So yeah, this is going to be a Reborn for potential follow-ups later. But no big Dragonmaids to tag into, notably in the battle phase here. Main phase 1, going to activate Terraforming. That's going to search for a Union Hanger. And then he's going to activate Hanger, and then that is going to be negated by Shao. So Shao going to return to the extra deck and then summon the house. So there's actually no way to trigger this house to pop a card. Or pop a monster. I don't think there's any way to do that right now. He's going to normal summon C, because he already had the follow-up anyways. Activate Unauthorized, it's going to equip Driver. And then Driver, that's going to go for a B Buster Drake. And then he's going to summon the B. And then he's going to make a copy of Union Carrier. Oh, no, he's making Nightmare Phoenix. Interesting. Huh. I wonder why he went for Phoenix here. Curious. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe he's going for access code attributes. Yeah, I guess maybe he's trying to end the game. Chainlink 1B, Chainlink 2C. Meister going to be Chainlink 3. That's actually going to hurt, I think. Oh, yeah, because B's going to resolve, but now what's he going to do? He needed the extra body, actually. Because, yeah. Not like he can turn this into Mermaid and get Orcus combo. Yeah, that's really interesting. I do wonder why this was a Phoenix here. Maybe he's just not playing other Link 2s that are, like, worth playing. Interesting. Because if he had a Carrier here and the C got negated by Meister, he could still make at least a Buster, and then he'd be in a decent position. Actually, a pretty good one, to be honest, because there's nothing really to do in the battle phase for Dragonmaids, since there's literally nothing to tag into. He knows the card in hand is Boot Sector. So I wonder how he's going to proceed from here now. Oh, the answer is he's going to scoop. Yeah, I guess fair enough, right? Because the C really was needed there for the extra body. Wow, that is not the way I expected that game to go. I really thought ABC was just going to take this one. But there we go. Very, very fascinating. So, Dragonmaid going to be winning game 2 here. Now we're going to be going to game 3. And it looks like ABC is going to start us off for the first time this match. So the opening hand for ABC is going to be A Assault Core, Double Galaxy Soldier, Solemn Judgment, and Ash. This is not what you would call ideal, but it's still a play. So there's a couple options. You can like Soldier pitch A, search a Soldier, because I think he's playing 3, and then you can make Infinity. Or you could go like Soldier and then normal A, and then make Union Carrier. And I think that's actually better, because it gives you more longevity. Since like if they out your Infinity, you just have no more engine. Whereas if you have like Carrier to equip B, then like you're in a decent spot. He has hand traps, or has defensive cards too, which is okay. And then Dragonmaid's hand is Nurse, Chamber, Boot Sector, Tempest, and Droplet. I'm still waiting for the rocket cards here, because he's drawn this, and he hasn't gotten rocket cards at all. But yeah, go second card, which is decent, although his hand's not the strongest. Main phase 1, gonna pitch Soldier for Soldier, and then Soldier effect, add Soldier. That's a lot of soldiers there. Gonna normal summon the A next, and then move those two. What? Link summon into a copy of Union Carrier. I said move like it's a Mech Knight Indigo Eclipse, or the old printing of Rhoda. Alright, so Union Carrier effect is going to be activated. That's going to target itself, and that's equipping a copy of B. And then, yeah, it's going to pass on Judgment. Honestly, I think this is better than if you just went Infinity. Because he's in a pretty decent spot if he survives. Like, not bad. He's going to be able to make Buster, most likely. For turn, we go to the top deck, Pankratops. That's a nice one. Whew, that is a nice top deck. Alright, so he's going to special it, and then go into battle phase and attack over the Union Carrier. So the B falls off and searches. I think if you're ABC, you're happy about this, because that means you're surviving a turn. So, that's good. He's going to use Pankratops to hit the back row as a judgment. And then main phase 2, going to normal summon the chamber, use that effect to grab hospitality. And then he's going to go for Striker Dragon and then use hospitality, but that's going to get ashed. Very smart. A lot of people I think forget the fact that this card actually ascends Dragonmaids with a different, or with the same attribute but a different level. Like it is optional, but yeah, it has that effect to ascend. So I think people forget that you can actually ash this card, which is why you didn't ash this. Very, very heads up. And he's going to set Droplet and then pass. So yeah, going against one interruption. I think ABC is in a good spot here. For turn, he's going to draw Call by the Grave, so that's insurance against hand traps too, which is cool. Main phase 1, going to use the Carrier, targeting itself. That's going to be met with the Droplet. Droplet going to send Tempest. I kind of wonder if it was maybe worth using Tempest last turn to like banish Chamber Nurse, summon itself, and then go Seal. Seems really minus to do that, to be fair. And like maybe he's expecting to be able to like use Droplet to survive, and then go Nurse. But he knows that his opponent is gonna make Buster no matter what here, right? So I don't know. Yeah, it's not very, very good for Dragonmaid here, unfortunately. He's gonna set C and then contact Fuse, because you know fusions with face downs. Gonna go for the Buster. And then Battle Phase gonna attack for 2k and then 500 because of the Droplet. And then main phase 2, gonna set Call by and pass. And this is a kind of game state where ABC is very happy to be in. And for turn, we're gonna see a top deck World Legacy Guard Dragon. That's not a bad one. We'll see if it ends up being enough. Normal summon a copy of Nurse. That's going to target the chamber. And then that's gonna be met with Call by the Grave. Then he's going to link summon into a copy of Guard Dragon LP. And then banish 2 for the Tempest. Sorry, something was stuck in my throat there. Maybe he could have done World Legacy Guard Dragon to bring back the Nurse. And then go into like Seal and then end on Seal Tempest. Which would have been fine, I think. I mean, he had Buster for the World Legacy Guard Dragon anyway. Maybe that's why he just held off on it. But like, if he... Yeah, there's no way he's going to banish Tempest off of the Buster here, because that's the entire reason they play it, is like to banish off Goldsuck or the Trish Fusion, because this search is Parlor. So there's like about a 0% chance he's going to do that. Battle phase, Tempest going to beat over the Carrier. And then main phase 2, going to pass. Yeah, I think it was worth just going for the World Legacy Guard Dragon, because he could end on Seal. And maybe have a chance to live. It's not likely, but it was at least like something. But yeah, again, this is a game state where ABC is happy and thriving. Gonna tag out and then going to pass. Draws Union Hanger. That is just crazy. That's just the icing on the cake. Activate Hanger. Use the effect to search for Union Driver. Ooh, so he's gonna summon this off C maybe. Go for Hit Push Shinin. This is just the attack booster. Alright, fair enough. I think I could have gone for that game too then if you wanted to, but I mean it wouldn't have made a difference which one he made since he got Skullmeistered. But anyways, C summon out Union Driver and then B add C. And then Hanger going to equip the A to the driver. And then he's going to pitch for Galaxy Soldier. This is a level 5 machine, so it makes Nova Infinity, which is cool. Yeah, he's gonna overlay and then go for Nova. A falls off, that can add back 2. Oh, this is just a lot of really good stuff here. Infinity can absorb the Tempest here. And then he's going to make Buster on top of all this. Yeah, and this is just going to be the end of the game for sure. Battle phase, attack, get in with everybody. There should be more damage because of the Hip Shenanigan, but won't matter. Because this is by far the end of the game. So that's going to be ABC taking it 2-1 here versus Dragonmaid. Fascinating, actually. We got to see quite a lot of back and forth and some good interaction from both players. I think there were a couple missteps from the Dragonmaid player in game 1 especially. I think game 2 was kind of... I think Pure didn't maybe expect the Skullmeister. Because he could have made Carrier and gone for like maybe the safe route. But I think with the Phoenix, that was probably just him trying to end the game. Because like the C would have... If the C resolved and the B resolved, he would have gotten like a material to special and then go like... He could like special the other C, because I think he had a second copy of C in his hand that game. So he could have gone like a Unicorn with the C and the Phoenix, and then spin back, and then go for access code, pop 2, and then Buster, banish, and that would have been game. Yeah, because that would have been 3k plus 53. Yeah, so I think he was just going for game there. Unfortunately, he was met with the Skullmeister, which was like the only unknown card. So it happened. I think ironically, actually, if he had gone C, no, it wouldn't have worked that way. If he did C chilling 1, B chilling 2, then like the Skullmeister would have hurt less. But I don't know if there would have been a way then for him to grab Buster on board after the fact, since he wouldn't have had A's, I don't think. I could be wrong there, but anyways, that's going to be enough for me rambling there. But thanks, guys, for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want, you can follow me on all social media platforms or support me via Patreon, TCG Player, all the links in the description as usual. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.